Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 5 of Final Hanantasy 14. We are hopefully defending the ship this episode. What does that mean? I have no clue. Right? So let's get on in. You know where to find us: twitch.tv/Hanantasy, youtube.com, liveplayhztv if you want to be live on the stream in the video and have a good old bloody chat with this old chap right there. And then we shall move on to do our main story quest. The goal today is to reach Sastasha level 15 and clear Sastasha. However, as you guys know, we do multiple episodes per stream, and if you watch this on YouTube, obviously you have to wait for the next episode. If you come to the stream, well, you might see a few episodes at once and be part of the story, obviously. So, let's get going. Where's our NPC? It should be this one, Halbroda. Halbroda with his mighty mustachio. Does that self-righteous dog Adburm doubt? Oh, right, I need to slash doubt, but I will not. You guys can't see it, but right here is the quest window. And on the quest window, it is a emote button for the emote that you need to click. So I will just click the emote button, and yeah, well, I could have moved my camera, I know, but I didn't because I didn't have time before the stream. Turtleback Island! He cannot do that, can he? I swear my poor Nana's grave. Navigator, rest her soul. I know not of this Firil Smith, nor his precious supplies. Else, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. And that was a Discord sound. Hello there, Fox. She's not saying a thing. She's waving though. Like that. Especially with the expression. Hells, we here at the Quay had enough troubles for the past few suns with what is the sinking of that Lominsan cargo ship off the Solstrand. I haven't had the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders off the grip. And we are taking the gloves because they perform quite nicely. So, hello there, Fox.
Maybe if I unmute myself.
That would be beneficial, yeah. Hi.
Hello there.
Let's continue. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, and then you most certainly have the time to get that R's of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for the survivor of the wreck. And who knows? Did I click the Discord correctly? Yes. And who knows? I accidentally skipped the text box when I clicked back into the video game. Yay me! Well, just pause the video, guys, on YouTube and just think of my terrible voice reading that text box. Alright? How you doing, Fox?
Doing okay.
Okay.
Leveling.
Leveling. That's a
Questing.
good. That's good.
Questing.
Feasting. So there's the guy. I'm Firil Smith. You say the foreman's wondering where me whereabouts? I thought he might be. But you must know I cannot show me face at the dry docks until I have righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells he had risen to night on 10 yalms. I believe a yalm is a meter, so it's 10 meter. And that wasn't long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lominsan galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was collected lay strewn across the Salt Strand. I made every effort to salvage it, but the sands were crumbling with Kikiran, and I ain't the one with the sword. Now ye see was why I cannot return to the dry docks. So that means we are just getting it ourselves, right? But we have a little hunting log icon above them. So we do what we do best. We unga and then we bunga. And usually I would put the Foxa screen right there down below me, but since that would probably most likely contain spoilers, we will not have that. So until I am on parity with the story with the fox, which is probably not for a while, I will not have it picture in picture, unfortunately. Except when we switch on over to XIV and the fox accompanies us on any dungeon or slash trial. Because I do like my picture-in-picture function, however, must prevent spoilers. Now we still need one of the Kikim. So since we only need one, we kill all of them. Speaking of killing all of them, our tomahawk is actually locked behind level 15, which means it's locked behind our skill quest. Or class quest, rather. So we will definitely do the class quest, so I have my nice tomahawk to throw. Yep. Get that last item covered. Once it sends us back to Limsa Lobimsa, we are grabbing our story quest for the class. And we will get our tomahawk. Tomahawk is kind of important for our tank, or for all tanks. It's not tomahawk for everyone, but our range aggro pull helps us quite a lot in dungeons. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long afore the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here's I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Boop boop boop. The missing parts! I don't know how I could repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could ye tell Atbirm that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. These names are Ryugdin names are a crime. They should be behind gates because of those names. Right. Not to the quay. To the dry docks. We teleport. Because we're lazy.
Is a sorry what? Not
What?
to the what? What did you say? Not to the what?
Not to the quay.
To the... Okay.
What did you understand?
No, I understand perfectly.
It's to the quay. How would you say this? Handle keep quay. How would you say this?
Sorry.
Please enlighten me.
It's a key.
Key. But
Yes,
why
it's
is it why is it written Q-U-A-Y?
Because it's the English language.
I barely speak German as a German. It's quay.
It's sure. Hey, you correct me when I say Schüssel.
Yes. But you are trying to speak German. As a German, I can do that.
Yes, so I'm allowed to correct you with your English.
Yes, but you are more. You're living longer in Italy than in England.
I don't live in Italy. I live in Timbuktu. I've decided. I don't know.
You decided. Well, you live where your GeoGuessr fail is next time, okay?
That's Botswana then.
That's Botswana, yeah. Or it's Bosnia-Herzegovina. One of those. Alrighty. In case you don't know, the Fox is an avid GeoGuessr player. And usually when I call out that she will fail the streak, quite often not, she fails the streak.
Yes, like that one time when I was 198. You felt my pain though.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
That.
That was terrible. That was the highest streak you ever had, and I was there when it failed.
Yeah.
So I bring good luck, guys.
Yeah. Like a needle in a ingrown toenail.
Sure. I'm relieved to hear that both Firil's mid and the supplies are unharmed. So it was foolish of him to believe that I would blame him for that, which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. Which is not calm at all. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encounter off Candlekeep Key was less natural of sort, and the sort which the Sahagin might have been known to conjure. Shion, while I originally had doubt about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldik and Vimelis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimtota, the head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes that the pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Labimsa endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there is still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handful of coins. Just the thought of it sickens me. There we go. We walkie-walkie to our head of the guard. Do angry pirates dream? Yar hard diddle-dee-dee is what a pirate's dream could be. Ah yes, I had a feeling you would be the one at Birm sent. Since you first arrived at the Murabi docks, I had my men watch you. There is no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It's simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. No. That and the foreman seems to think that somewhat highly of you. Which I must admit is quite shocking. That man doesn't even trust his own mother. That's a thing to say. Very well then. I assume Adbirm informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates, we believe, are conspiring to raid the dry docks, were last seen making camp near the ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have approached you, the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Tanago, stationed near the gates, can provide you with the exact location of the camp. Sure. If someone is called Snago, so letter apostrophe and then another name, that's usually a Mikot. And she's a Mikot. Shion, haha, I knew it. No more sardines for Sanango tonight. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon of the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other gods on who Atbirm would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah yes, gambling. Ah yes, the job, of course. If you follow the road past the main gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to the barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12th say it's a holy place dedicated to Nemea, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates have camped up there. We're aware of that though. Alright, we go. We go, we go, we go! So, if they are truly down here, they're truly down here. And why couldn't the port just, like, look over there? They're, like, super visible. Logic. Logic. We have to kill fireflies for the hunting log. Let's kill the fireflies for the hunting log. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We are a warrior. We unga. And then we bunga. There we go. We have a cute scene. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on the path and carry your venturing ass back down whichever rock you called out from under. You see, I's had up to me ears with your type roaming these hills like it was years to roam. It's getting to be that man's can I enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breathing outlander running up asking which way is the local levy, mate. 7 hells if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Those balls, we have me boy back, and I'm putting this godforsaken piss all of an island far behind me. Ain't no one remember I was here. Come on, Scrax, we's knives to sharpen. Stop looking at the naked man.
Hey, I'm allowed to.
Absolutely called out. Absolutely called out. Let me just show that on stream. Absolutely called out. We're like using the camera and close-upping on those chili boyos using squat emotes and stuff. Yeah, I called you out. Yeah. Which is fine. I do the same with
Exactly.
like eye candy, so it's fine, but we need to call it out. You guys can call me out too, right? But we need to call it out because we're adults, right? So let's call it out.
Guys, I hear about it more than he gets it from me, so we're still not even.
I mean, I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. But I know most of the eye candy in the game and where to find it. For you, it's always like, ooh, new. Which is quite fun. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is it talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target was never the victory? Something's not right. And I won't sit idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Xion. It appears that we were wise to put our trust in you. And we are getting a new axe, level 13 actually. Very nice. Level 13 axe is definitely what I would like to take. Very cool. Victory in peril. I am concerned, Xion. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lobimsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Xion, you are the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of the accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak. Be sure to question either Uzwurst at the front gate or Sunango near the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. So, speak to one of the gods. Well, Sunango is closer, so let's speak to Sunango. Hail, adventurer! Glad to have another hand aboard to help the shore security. The gods know our reports would sit on Grim Toda's desk, gathering dust, if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of the reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near the Empty Heart. I'll take a closer look before he's a chance to cover his tracks. So up we go. So let's up we go. The jackal we most likely can ignore. Remember, enemies are visually bound, so they have a cone of their visuals. And if you stay behind that cone, you can avoid almost every enemy. Shifty-eyed sailor. Bah, spotted me, did ya? Well, you're delayed. What's happened is already happening. Okay. Oh, I can't jump down. God damn it. And if my theory is right, I can just walk behind these guys and nothing is happening. Wonderful. And I don't think I'm supposed to be here, but it worked. Oh well. What's up, guards? Can I jumpy down here? Yes. And our solo instance is coming up. So let's defend the docks. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid, but what could these knaves be planning? So what's happened's already happening? Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates out of nowhere. Struck me good. Gods below. We're not prepared for this. The pirate soldier, how many are they in number? Sure. More than I could quickly count seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? And there's no time to lose. Gion, you heard the situation. No, I'm deaf. Make your way to the shipyard and engage the intruders. I will see to this man's wounds and then follow after. Make haste now. Well, if I would play a healer, would she say... No, actually, there is no healer in Limsa, so she can't say that, actually. Because if I'm a conjurer, I can just cast Vita, right? But this is not a conjurer available quest. So we unga to bunga, so let's just get forward. Since we have the power of echo, nothing really should happen. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards. But their plan worked like a charm. Duh, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This will be all over soon. And all that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense in me treacherous, stubborn son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up a pirate life to become a shipwright. And building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. Under what Limlayan's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but the era's over. I wondered why Adbirim. Why are you laughing?
You went from pirate to Jamaican back to pirate.
I'm actually trying a little bit like pirate Russian or something like that. Or Balkan pirate.
There was some Jamaican in there.
Okay, well, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to keep this interesting. I wonder why Adbirim never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, alright? of everything that went wrong in the world. And I mean to shatter it in 100,000 pieces. 1,000, now I'm Scottish. Riptoda, Shion, pray beat that tar of this blooded sea's luck and make sure no harm comes to the victory. I got a sharp axe. So, let's see, are these guys still here? They are still here. So let's build some aggro. Let's build aggro on this guy. Let's try to hit everyone. Crit up. Crit up. Let's get the other guys as well. No, I'm tanking the boss. I'm a warrior. I'm tanking everything. Oh shit, the mammal jaws. I'm tanking everything. You guys heal me. Come on, you guys heal me. I'm tanking everything. Why do I not have aggro on the mammal jaws? Oh well. Easy, easy, lemon squeezy. Guys, the calculation for potency of AoE is usually if greater than 3, use AoE. So equal or greater than 3, use AoE. That's roughly the calculation. And pretty much every class, I think. A few classes are actually AoE too. But in most cases it is equal and greater 3 than AoE. I must be getting old. No, sorry. I must be getting old. Letting some green adventurer get the best of me.
No, there's definitely some Italian in there as well.
Well, I could also go like this, and speak like this, and voice like this. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? Yeah, I can do that as well.
Much better.
Actually very difficult to do. My thanks, Shion. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I get better sorting out the docks, and my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Never did my father have a way of turning my life upside down. Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Grimtoda. So to Grimmy we go, and then we probably are off to Limsa, which then we do our job quests. Because we are in need of the tomahawk. And we're getting close to Sastasha as well, I think. Oh, fair you, Shion. I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in the preventing of this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lobimsa with such violent demise. The day is yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are truly to keep the dry dock safe. And Birm apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel the need to be responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. By the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Reiner's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. Gion, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of XIV, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of cult. Needless to say, anything which is a proven enemy of Limsa Lobimsa deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of the greatest interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none of us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont... In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Baderon and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? Alrighty. Now we have to go to good old Baderon, but that means we do class quest first, and I'm definitely gonna call out what she's doing right there. And...
Hey!
It only took me a split second. I have this on the monitor to the right, guys. So if I look into this direction right here, I see the Fox's screen, right? And I only have like... In like the corner of my eye, like in the very corner of my eye right here, in the corner of my eye, and I see naked man and she was sitting down, and I'm like, yo, I need to call that one out. Don't want to do world visit. I just want to go to the Marauders Guild, please. Marauders Guild. Probably gonna take screenshots and make a photo album out of it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, but this is in the way.
You can disable the interface. Do type into the chat, please. /gpose, so GPOSE. If you type in gpose, this is basically the if you enter now, this is basically the screenshot version of the game, and you can do portrait mode, you can do all sorts of things. This is basically the screenshot function of the game. And you can do all matter of fancy screenshots. You can play with the lens size, with the zoom, with the angle, with the lighting, basically everything. So you can make an album for your heart's desire. I see you have been diligent with your training. You not need to tell me in words, it shows in your bearing, your unwavering gaze. It is time for you once more to lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lanosea. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How do you find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count many among my acquaintances as a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Renfred. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago and will gladly aid you in your task. With Renfred's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provided a swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. Make your axe swing true. Alrighty, to the Aleport we go, and we had grabbed the... he's definitely doing this.
Look, there's even you in the photo.
Yes, that Achu is me. This guy right there. Yeah. This guy right there. That's me. This guy right there. That's me. Because I sneeze a lot, and the gobbo definitely sneezes a lot. So, Marauder quest. Let's go.
How do I get out of this?
Escape.
End groups. Okay. Go. Bye, guys. Catch you later.
But the screenshot function is actually like dope in the game. One of Wurzun's girls, are you? Why, I've known that sprat since he was a knee-high to a... Well, he was always kind of a big fella, was Grinzun. As now they call him Axemaster, eh? Not a subtle lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do then is take yourself northwest upwards to Camp Skull Valley and give it a good whistle. The mean bugger year after, his name's Potripaten, by the by, will come running across the weeded plains. He will think you're trespassing on his territory, so you see you better have your cleaver of yours ready. Oshon's blessing be upon you. Alrighty. And we do the walkie. Let's do the walkie. As a reminder, guys, level 18 for the main story quest and level 25 for the warrior quest, and then we're allowed to switch over to our other character on our primary server. The name will change from Shion to XIV, but if you are already known in the channel, XIV is my standard female username that I use for my characters. So this will be our future character, let's call it that. It will be our future character and the character we will bring to the end of the story. Maybe further than the story. We may do content with the character. We may do some crafting and all of that stuff with the character. But we're focusing pretty hard on the main story quest. And maybe on side quests after we're done with something. But quite honestly, if we do side quests, might as well do that on Hitomi so that it actually counts for my primary character. Since we're only really doing a story run, and if modern content comes out, we'll obviously do that with the main character, right? So, yeah. While I will play the entire story, I don't want to do double the content if my main character hasn't actually done said content. So that is the idea. So destination, let's kill our curl in this case. Let's get our crits out. Should make quick end of this guy. Marauders Guild. Since we're lazy, we're gonna teleport. Like so. And we are semi-close to the end of this episode, and we will end it most likely once we are done with the Marauder Guild, so we then can start into the main story quest on the next episode. I've been in contact with Rainfred, and he had naught but praise for you, Shion. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There's one more task I would like you to complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to Skapfgim. Those names of Ryogiden are terrible. Skapfgim, where he waits on the bank of Ageless River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. Yes, please?
And I said, bless you.
Yeah, well, the names are terrible. So, Middelanosea. Okay, so we just teleport out. That's probably the fastest. We do that. I have to say, even the field music is so much better than World of Warcraft. Just roaming the fields, the music is just... World of Warcraft is not even in the same, like, ballpark. Hey lass, I know why you're here. And after seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know why you're here too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles Rodgeim has had you training on. To crack this beauty, you will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Nah. When Word and Zoan wouldn't send you out here if you didn't think you're capable. So, heavy swing. Boom! Would you look at that? On your first attempt too? Well, I guess it's back to the X-Master for you. From A to B to C to A to B to A to B to C to A to B to A to C to A to B to A. My favorite song.
Yeah.
My favorite song. From my album Quest Design for the Wicked. Out now. Pre-order for $59.99. I just said out now, but pre-order it.
I'm glad you corrected yourself.
Logic. We do not ask that in Final Fantasy. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength, I believe that's what they call tinnitus. And you should probably get yourselves checked out, Wurzun. Like slamming metal on rock makes a really big ting. You probably have tinnitus, so I don't think you hear the boulder. I think you have hearing damage. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique, adopted and perfected by our guild's forebears. Tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. It's actually very useful. I sense that the impending confrontation with Kujaja weighs heavily on your mind, Shion, but hurried swings lead to glancing blows, and there is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steady, measured ascent. And we can get a very nice chest item. Do we have something really, really weak? I think not, so... We're getting a weapon now, we're getting a chest item now. Technically we're ready for Sastasha, and we don't really need the Sastasha gear, because Izalith has already done the Novice Hall. Alrighty. But we now have Interject, which is our counter. We now have our Tomahawk throw. So nice. And Baderon is right down there. So let's walk down to Baderon, end the episode, and then we continue our story, the next one. And we have reached level 15 on the main story quest, probably very soon. Currently 14. We're probably level 15 next episode, which means we might be able to enter Sastasha, which would be our first dungeon. Very, very cool stuff. So, thank you very much for watching. That was the wrong button. Thank you very much for watching episode 5 of Final Hanantasy 14, where we call out the eye candy that the fox sees and myself see. So, you know what to do, you know where to find us. If you want to become a Pokemon, twitch.tv/Hanazaki. You will also be visible in the chat and not on the sewing machine right there. Don't ask. And also, if you want to look at live play HCTV on YouTube, is all there. The VODs are uploaded and you can chat there as well, because we are that was very Germans, yeah. We are there as well, yeah. So I can read the chats there too, yeah. So guys, take care. We'll see each other in the next episode, and whatever it brings, probably Sastasha. Ciao.